What would happen if a Shaolin monk stepped into the ring against a Muay Thai beast? It sounds like something out of a movie, but it actually happened. Not once, but twice. Two fighters, each carrying the weight of legendary traditions, collided on the canvas. On one side, Yi Long, who called himself the Shaolin Monk. On the other, Buakaw Banchamek, a living icon of Muay Thai. It wasn't just a fight. It was the clash of two worlds, the mysticism and heritage of Chinese KungFu against the raw brutality and precision of Thailand's art of 8 limbs. But here's the question that shook the martial arts community. Who really won? Yi Long's story begins in his teenage years. At just 14, inspired by the tales of martial heroes his father told him, he stepped into the world of martial arts. Over the years, he built a persona that fascinated the public. Shaved head, yellow pants, traditional Shaolin poses mixed with modern techniques, and a reckless habit of lowering his guard mid-fight, as if inviting danger. He presented himself as an authentic Shaolin monk. But the Shaolin Temple itself publicly denied any link to him, dismissing the monk image as nothing more than a marketing gimmick. Still, that didn't stop Yi Long. He leaned into the myth, turned it into a brand, and built a career around it. By the time he stepped into the spotlight, he had a record of 43 fights, 36 wins and 7 losses, and had become more famous for his image than his flawless technique. On the other side of the ring stood Buakaw Banchamek. No gimmicks, no theatrics, just pure, devastating Muay Thai. A multiple-time K1 champion, feared and respected worldwide. Buakaw embodied precision, stamina, and explosive striking power. While Yi Long drew fans with spectacle, Buakaw commanded respect with results. His style was surgical, clean combinations, sharp counters, and an ability to control the pace of any fight. So when promoters in China announced that these two men would collide in 2015 under the banner of Wu Lin Feng, the martial arts world went wild. They called it the fight of the century. The hype was massive. On paper, it was the ultimate showdown. China's Shaolin. The round ended dramatically. A powerful right hand from Buakaw rocked Yi Long, leaving him wobbly on his feet. The only thing that saved him was the bell. The second round began. Once again, Yi Long charged forward with passion, but less precision. His punches were more about volume than accuracy. Buakaw, almost amused, stayed in control. He slipped shots, answered with sharp counters, and slowly began to dismantle Yi Long's defense. The fight turned scrappy, with clinches and messy exchanges, but the difference in class was obvious. At one point, Yi Long landed a spinning back fist that thrilled the crowd. For a brief moment, it looked like he had found his chance, but Buakaw quickly smothered the momentum with tight defense and punishing body kicks. By the end of the round, Yi Long was visibly hurt, breathing heavier, while Buakaw looked as if he had just begun warming up. The third round played out in much the same way. Yi Long fought with heart and aggression, throwing everything he had, but Buakaw's precision and technique shone through. Clinches turned into opportunities for the Thai legend to punish with knees and kicks. Yi Long showed toughness. No one could deny his spirit. But toughness alone doesn't win fights at this level. When the final bell rang, the decision was obvious. The judges had no hesitation. Buakaw by unanimous decision. He had dominated every round with composure and skill. Yi Long had earned respect for his courage, but the verdict was clear. For most fighters, that would have been the end of the story. But not here. The promoters wanted more. The audience wanted more. And Yi Long? He wanted redemption. That's how, 1 year later, in 2016, the rematch was set. Once again under Wu Lin Feng, once again on Chinese soil, but this time with even bigger lights, more cameras, and a tidal wave of marketing. It wasn't just a fight anymore, it was a spectacle, a national event. And once again, the two warriors stood across from each other. Yi Long, determined to avenge his loss and restore pride. Buakaw, calm and deadly as always. The bell rang. The rematch began with the same intensity as the first. Yi Long charged forward, relentless, trying to overwhelm Buakaw with sheer aggression. The crowd, fiercely behind their local hero, erupted with every strike Yi Long threw. But for seasoned eyes, it was clear. Buakaw was still in control. The first round belonged entirely to the Thai legend. He stayed one step ahead, slipping punches, landing sharp counters, and mixing in crushing low kicks that echoed through the arena. Yi Long connected with a few flashy shots, but they lacked real impact. Meanwhile, Buakaw's strikes landed clean, heavy, and undeniable. By the end of the round, it was clear who the superior fighter was. Round 2 began with Yi Long storming forward again, throwing combinations with all his heart. He wanted the world to see that he was not afraid. But Buakaw punished him for every mistake. A crisp jab, a perfectly timed counter, a body kick that made Yi Long wince. The difference in skill and experience was on full display. Still, Yi Long's spirit kept the fight alive, and the crowd cheered wildly at his courage. The third round told the same story. Yi Long, full of heart, swinging for glory. Buakaw, calm and precise, dismantling his opponent piece by piece. The clinches turned into opportunities for knees to the body. The exchanges always seemed to end with Buakaw's strikes finding their mark. When the final bell rang, there was no doubt who had won. The footage was crystal clear. Buakaw landed more, landed cleaner, and dictated the fight from start to finish. Even many of Yi Long's own countrymen watching live could see the truth. And yet, the decision shocked the world. The judges raised Yi Long's hand. Officially, the Shaolin Monk had won the rematch. The arena erupted, but not in celebration. Confusion, anger, disbelief spread instantly across the martial arts community. Social media lit up with outrage. Fans from Thailand, China, and around the world flooded the internet with comments. Even Chinese fans accused the promotion of staging the result. They called it a farce, a robbery, an insult to the sport. Combat Press, one of the biggest names in martial arts coverage, went as far as naming the fight the robbery of the year. Analysts dissected the bout, replayed the footage, and pointed out the undeniable. Buakaw had been the better fighter in every way. The only thing Yi Long won that night was the favor of the judges and the marketing machine behind him. The controversy exposed Wu Linfeng as more than just a fight promotion. To many, it looked like a nationalistic spectacle, prioritizing entertainment and local pride over sporting fairness. Rival promotions even took shots, presenting themselves as the honest alternative. But in the end, the damage was done. The debate raged on. Who truly won those fights? Officially, Yi Long holds the victory in their second encounter. But for fighters, fans, and martial arts purists, the truth is obvious. Buakaw Banchamek was the real winner in both fights. His skill, precision, and dominance were undeniable. Yet the story of Yi Long versus Buakaw is about more than just two men trading blows. It became a symbol of something larger, the clash between sport and spectacle, tradition and modernity, authenticity and marketing. It revealed the uncomfortable truth that in combat sports, sometimes the judges' scorecards don't reflect reality. And that leaves us with the ultimate question. What matters more, the official record or the fight that everyone saw with their own eyes? So now, it's up to you. Who do you think really won? Should events like this continue, where entertainment sometimes overshadows fairness? Was Yi Long a hero of courage, or simply a creation of hype? And was Buakaw robbed, or was this just another reminder to never leave a fight in the judge's hands? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because this rivalry isn't just about punches and kicks. It's about